Hi, my artists. So it's Miss Pratt again. And last week we talked about colors. And this week we're going to go over colors again, but we're also going to learn about shapes. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few more books and then I will show you how to draw our shapes. And I just want you to practice, and you can use colors with your shapes or you can just use a pencil. Whatever you have is fine. Okay, but we're going to go through a color book. And we're probably not going to read all of it, but I'm just going to flip page to page, and I want you all to tell me what color they are, okay? So this is a first book about color. Now, who can tell me what color's on this page? Is it red? Yep. So she has a red raincoat. There's some red gloves, a parrot, or two parrots that are red, and strawberries are red. What about this? Blue. I have blue eyes, even though you can't really tell through a video. She's got blue eyes. There's a blue and black butterfly and the blue ocean. What about this? It's my second favorite color. Yellow. So we've got a yellow lemon, yellow butter, and little baby chicks or canaries are yellow. Here's a little baby chick. Green grapes and kiwis, green beans. I see a green frog. About this color. If you like oranges, you should know this color. Got an orange pumpkin, an orange starfish. If you like carrots, you've seen orange. And we've got little pink pigs and pink flamingos. She's wearing a pink tutu. About this. Some of you may have brown hair. I have brown hair. Chocolate is brown. Pine cones are brown. She's got brown clothing on. What about this? Some of you may have this color hair too. Black. Black olives, a black cat, black shiny shoes. What about this? White. She's got a white sweater on. Cauliflower is white. There's a white pillow. Oh my goodness, and here's all those colors again. So if you got all those colors right, you are doing good. All right, now I'm going to show you some shapes, and I want you to tell me what they are. This is a star, right? It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points on it. Let's see what it says inside. Look outside at night. The stars you see are giant balls of burning gases. There are millions of stars that glow in the night sky. So there's 2 stars for you all to see. Stars glow after you go to bed. And here's a star piñata and a star wand. So we will, after we finish going through our other shapes, we will draw a star too, okay? What about this? If you like pizza, you've seen this shape before. It's a circle. All right, what pictures can we find on here? What's a circle on these cars? They're wheels, right? So wheels are a circle. And look, this text box right here is a circle. So we have done stars. We have done circles. Next, we have rectangles. So if you notice, our rectangle has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. These 2, the top and the bottom, they're the same, but these 2 are different. They're shorter than this is, right? So rectangles have 4 sides, and 2 are the same, and the other 2 are the same. So, if you like Pop-Tarts, you have ate a rectangular shape before. It's got 2 long and 2 short. If you've used a ruler, it's a rectangle, or if you've drawn on a paper, it's a rectangle. Let's see what else. If you like to play games with cards, It's a rectangle. All the cards are rectangles, 2 long sides, 2 short sides. So we've done stars, circles, and rectangles. Now we have triangles. So our triangles have 1, 2, 3 points on them. So it's got 1, 2, 3 sides. And if your parents or your grandparents have ever cut a sandwich in half for you this way, you have ate a triangle before. All right, let's see. Up. It looks like this kitty cat food is a triangle shape. 1, 2, 3 sides. What else can we see? Oh my goodness. The buttons on this raincoat are a triangle. 1, 2, 3 sides. And here's a big triangle. So we've done circles, we've done stars, we've done rectangles, and we've done triangles. What about squares? So squares are like rectangles. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, but they're all the same size. Just like with a waffle, 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, all the same. Okay? So if you've ate a waffle, you've ate a square. Or if you've ate a sandwich, you've ate a square. Let's see. If you have ever worn a bandana, or if you have a dog that has a bandana collar, you can fold it and make a square. If you have a handmade quilt, it might have squares on it. Okay, you see the squares? Let's see. And these letters are squares. They're all the same size. And look, her name is Sarah Square, and she lives on 123 Square Avenue. All right, last one we have are ovals. So ovals are similar to circles, but they're longer. They're not perfectly round. So if you like to eat eggs, eggs are an oval shape, okay? See how it's kind of sets up on its bottom? This chain is an oval. Oh, if you're like me and you love bread, your bread that you get like this, it's an oval. Oh, I know you guys aren't this old yet, but when you turn 10, you will have an oval that makes your 0 in 10. Here's some more. On this cake, they used oval shapes. And last but not least, they made an oval out of this rubber band. So, if you will give me just a second, I'm going to bring my laptop over to my whiteboard and we're going to draw our shapes. So while I'm doing that, if you don't have a paper and crayons or markers or a pencil, go and get that really quick, okay? All right, and if I get too far ahead of you guys, you can always pause the video until you can catch up, okay? So I'm going to use some different color markers. I've got blue and orange and black, and I may use some more later. But I'm going to show you how to draw these shapes, and then we're going to color them in with our colors that we talked about last week. So I'm going to start with a square. Now, if we remember, we said that our square had 1, 2, 3, 4 sides that are all almost exactly alike. Now, I know that some of this stuff is kind of hard to draw if you haven't drawn it before. So it's okay if you messed up. This is just practice. Do the best you can. Remember, when we're holding our crowns, we need to use our thumb. And it's going to go on the bottom. And our 2 fingers are going to wrap around it, okay? So you're kind of like pinching it. So we have made our square. And if you need to practice and make some other squares, you can. If they're not all perfect, that's okay. Mine are not perfect either. So I made a few baby ones, a few medium-sized ones, and then I've got a big one. Okay? Now I'm going to use my orange, and hopefully you'll be able to see it, and I'm going to make my rectangles. So if we remember, our rectangle has 4 sides, 2 are long, and 2 are short. So I'm going to do a short one, and a short one, And then I'm going to do my long line and my long line. And there's my rectangle. Now, they don't have to lay flat like this. They can stand up straight. Just like this. That way they look kind of like a tower. Or they could lay down. All right. So if you finish that, what you can do while we wait on everybody else to draw their shapes is you can color them in. Now, if you're like me and you drew your squares in black, you could color them in with black, or you could get a new color. I'm going to get my blue and color them in. And you want to do a nice job. Make sure you don't get outside of the lines. Make it look nice and pretty. All right, I've got one colored in. I'm going to get a red to color in my other ones. So while we're waiting on everybody else to draw their shapes, you can be coloring in your squares and rectangles. All right, I've got two of mine colored in. All right, now our next shape that we're going to draw is our circles, okay? So if we remember, our circle is perfectly round, all right? Now, that is sometimes hard to draw. So you do the best you can. But basically, what a circle looks like is, it's kind of like if you've ever drawn a smiley face, it's the outside for the smiley face, okay? So after you draw your circle, you could make him smile at you. Now, you might need to practice this. If your ends don't match up, you can go back and fix it. I'm going to do some little ones. The little ones might look like bubbles if you've ever blown bubbles. So I practice with my circles a lot because circles are easy to mess up on. There we go. All right, so there are my circles. Now, what was our shape that was similar to a circle? It looks like an egg. We remember? An oval. That's right. So I'm going to get a different marker. Let's see what color I can use. All right, who can tell me what color this is? Blue, just like my eyes, and maybe your eyes. So I'm going to draw my oval. Now, we remember our ovals are like eggs, so they look like they can kind of stand up on their own. Okay, some of you may have an oval mirror. All right, so you might have to check in your bathroom and see if you do. Remember, they're longer and skinnier than circles on it. It's like you took a circle and you stretched it out. All right, so I'm going to practice my ovals. Some of them may be long and skinny. Some of them may be a little bit rounder. All right, so keep practicing your ovals. You can draw as many as you need. All right, so I've got my ovals. If you finished with that, you can go ahead and color them in. Use all of the colors of the rainbow, all the colors that we talked about. What color is this? Orange, right. So I'm going to use my orange, and I'm going to color in one of my rectangles. And I'm just going to scribble it. It's not going to be perfect because I don't want to take up too much of our time. All right, there's mine, and yours will look better because you aren't going to scribble yours, are you? All right, so now that I've colored in, I've got 3 of mine colored in. You guys may have more colored in than I do. I'm going to erase it because I still have a few shapes. Let's double check. We did our oval. We just did those. We did our squares. We didn't do our triangles. So we're going to erase, or I'm going to erase what I've got, and we're going to draw our triangles. If you're running out of room on your paper, flip it over to the back, okay? All right, now that I've got my board almost all cleaned off, I'm going to use my, what color is this? Black. And I'm going to draw my triangles. Now, remember, triangles have 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. Now, triangles can look different ways. So this triangle, it kind of starts out, if you know how to write your letters, my first name starts with an L, and it kind of looks like I'm drawing an L. All right, there's my L, and then I'm going to draw a line straight across, and there's my triangle. 1, 2, 3. All right, but they can also look like this, and then straight across. Okay, so practice drawing your triangles. Like I said, there are lots of different ways you could draw them. You could do long ones like this. You could do tall and skinny ones like this that look kind of like an Indian teepee. Okay, so practice drawing your triangles. See what your triangles look like. All right, if you finish those, you've done a really good job. Go ahead and color them in. What color is this? It's not orange, even though it may look orange in your picture. It's close to orange. It is red. So I'm going to color in one of my little ones while you guys are finishing up. All right, so we've got our triangles done. We made our rectangles. We made our circles. And the last one we need to make is a star. Now, stars are a little bit tricky. So if you struggle with them, that's okay. We will work on them together, okay? All right. So I'm going to erase my triangles so I have more room for my stars. Now, we said that stars have 5 points. So one way you can draw your star is you can start out with a point like this, like a tip of a triangle, and then you can do 2 matching ones on the side. So we've got 1, 2, 3 triangles. You do another one on the bottom, just like that. Another one on the bottom and match it up. And there's our star. Now, if you notice, my star is not near as pretty as their star. Theirs is nice and even, and mine's not. He's got 2 skinny legs on him. So you could also make him by a little trick. I'm going to show you how. So you're going to do a line up. It's on an angle. It's not straight. It's not flat. It's on an angle. Then you're going to come across like this. So it's almost like you've got a sideways triangle. Then you're going to cross over. And it's almost making an X, but you've got a line at the top. Then you're going to come from this bottom point, come up. And then you're going to come down. Okay? Now, I'm going to go through that one more time, a little bit faster. So up, over, down, up, and down. Okay? But if you can't keep up with that or you don't like that method, you can make your triangles like we did to start with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Or you go up, across, down, and make your X. Up and down again. Now, if you have followed along with all that, I'm very, very proud of you. You guys are doing so well. If all of your shapes are done and they look nice and beautiful on your paper, I want you to go ahead and color them in. Now, what color are our stars normally? Or what color do we think they are? Normally we think they're yellow, okay? So you can color your star in yellow. But the other thing you can do is instead of just using one color on all these pictures, you could take some of your colors and mix them, okay? So if you've got crowns, you could use your yellow crown, and then you could come back with your blue crown and go over it and see what color it makes. It's kind of turning mine green. Isn't that cool? So see what colors you can mix. See, it's finally getting back to blue, but it was green to start with. See what colors you can mix and see how beautiful you can color in your shapes, okay? If you didn't get your shapes right, keep practicing and make sure you bring your pictures to our Zoom meeting so I can see what a good job you all did, okay? If you have any questions, just let me know, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.